Alright, what's up guys? This is Jake, and in this video we're going to be getting into how you can find hot selling products to put inside of your Shopify store in 2019. So we're going to be covering all of the best product research methods that are working right now, and we're going to be diving into them step by step, and I'm going to be showing you live examples. So this might be a pretty long video, so gear up, grab some caffeine, and let's go ahead and get started. And if you like long in-depth guides like this, go ahead, give the video a thumbs up and let me know what you think. So in this video, first thing we need to get into is discovering what a winner looks like. So you can't really conduct proper product research if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. So here we have some laid out criteria that I want you guys to follow whenever you're doing product research, trying to find out which products you want to go ahead and test out. So the first characteristic of a winner is that it's in high demand. So this is probably the most important one. So a couple ways you can check the demand of a product is how many orders it has on Aliexpress and whether it has a positive Google trend or not. So normally if a product has over 1,000 orders on Aliexpress, the demand is decent. However, if it has multiple thousands of orders and if it's multiple sellers that have over 1,000 orders as well, that means the demand is even higher. So a lot of the times you can get on there and you can see that a product may have 5,000 orders from one supplier, 4,000 orders from another supplier, 3,000 from another one. And if that's the case, then that is a good sign. So the more orders, the better. Now, however, sometimes if you jump onto a trend a little late, a product may have a lot of orders, but it may not have a lot of recent sales. So not only do you want it to have a lot of orders, but you want it to still be currently in high demand. So I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and check that as well. Once we get to the AliExpress section later, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and check how many recent sales a product has. So that's the first step, is whether the product is in high demand or not. So this is pretty easy to check, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And this is mandatory. The product has to be in high demand. And the second characteristic is that other stores need to be selling it. So we don't want to waste time trying to reinvent the wheel and go out there and sell products that other people aren't selling. So we want to go out there and select products that other stores are already having success selling, and then we want to just do it a little bit better than them. So in order to check whether other stores are selling it or not, we need to look and see if there are Facebook video ads actively promoting the product, and then we're going to go ahead and see if these Facebook video ads are performing well, which I'm going to show you how you can vet different Facebook video ads to see how they're performing later on. And then you want to see if stores are advertising the product on Google Shopping or with Google search ads. Now, certain products do better on Facebook, certain products do better on Google, and then there are certain products that do good on both ad platforms. So that's why I put both of them here. You just want to make sure that other stores are selling it at least on one platform, preferably Facebook, since that's the most popular way to advertise right now. However, Google is definitely a traffic source that is slept on by a lot of dropshippers, especially recently. So the next characteristic here is that the product is unique or scarce. Now I put preferred here because this isn't 100% mandatory, but it is something that I would personally recommend you go ahead and search for, because if your product is unique and scarce and meets these criteria, it's going to be a lot more, it's going to be a lot higher of a chance that it's going to end up turning out to be a winner. And I put preferred because there has been instances where there are products that aren't as unique or aren't as scarce that still turn out to be winners. However, this significantly raises the odds if they are unique and scarce. So the first thing you can do to check is if the product cannot be found in stores. So if it's a product that, this person, they're scrolling through their Facebook feed and they're like, oh, that looks cool, I'm going to go buy that from Walmart. If it's a product that can't be found in stores, then that's going to significantly raise the odds that they're going to buy it from you, from your ad right there on the spot. The next characteristic is that the product is new to the marketplace. So a lot of times there's seasonal products, they'll get hot at a certain time during the year every year. And these are good products, which is why it's under the preferred section. But if it's something that's brand new into the marketplace, something that, is trending for the first time ever, it's going to have a lot better of a chance of turning out to be a big winner. So that's another aspect of it being unique and scarce. The third thing is that the product is eye-catching, so obviously something with like a wow factor or buzz factor that's going to jump out at people in their Facebook and Instagram feeds are going to be a lot more likely to get clicks and a lot more likely to grab people's attention when they're scrolling through social media, which means they're going to be a lot more likely to buy it, and you're going to be a lot more likely to be able to run profitable advertising for it. So an eye-catching product is good as well, something that's not boring. And then the last thing, and this one's really important as well, is that the product solves a problem. So there's products out there that are, like conveniences or luxuries, and then there's products that are kind of more necessities. So if you think about solving a problem, you can think about beauty products are a big example. Beauty and health products are the easiest example. So if it's like an acne cream or something that's solving a problem for someone, the problem is that they don't like their acne, they don't like what it looks like, so they're in a lot of pain whenever they see a new pimple or something. So they get this product to move them away from pain and towards pleasure, so it solves a problem for them. So those are the best types of products. Now, like I said, it's in the preferred section because there are winners out there where the product doesn't really solve a problem, kind of like the fidget spinner that doesn't really solve that much of a problem. I mean, now, you could argue it does, but it's not nearly as big of a problem-solving product as like an acne cream or anything like that. So a product that solves a problem is definitely going to be a lot more likely to be a winner. And then the fourth characteristic is going to be good profit margin. Now, this one's mandatory. There's a lot of people that go out there and try and sell products that are $2 on Aliexpress for $7 on their store. You can try that if you want, but I personally think that's just a waste of time. So what I think you should aim for is at least the 3x profit margin. But not only that, you want to at least make sure that that 3x margin is at a bare minimum $15, preferably higher, but at least $15. So you don't want to sell like a $5 product for $15, because even though that's a 3x profit margin, it's still a really small margin overall. It's still only a $10 margin overall. So most of the time, that's not going to turn out to be a huge winner. You're going to have really cheap advertising and stuff like that. So unless the product is extremely trending and extremely hot and selling like crazy, I probably wouldn't go ahead and do that. So these are the product criteria that I would look for. So whether you want to write these down or just keep coming back to this video, whatever you need to do, I would go ahead and recommend finding products that meet all of these criteria. So really quick, I'm going to show you an example of this, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the methods and strategies you can use to find products just like this. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to Chrome. And here's an example of a product that was hot a few months ago. So it's a posture brace. So you can see there's a lot of different variations. This large one is the most popular one. As you can see, I've sorted it by orders on AliExpress. You can see it's got 32,000 orders right here. And then this other variant has 22,000, and then the same variant again has 19,000. So based off of this larger variant is more popular than the smaller variant, so I would have went ahead and went with the larger variant. So we can see that this product obviously has sold a lot, so it's meeting the demand. And if we come over here to Google, we can check on the profit margins real quick. So we can see here's the exact brace right there for $28.95. Here's the exact brace again for $29.95. Here's one for $18.98, and then here's another one for $29.97. So the majority of people are selling this for $30, and you can see that we're sourcing it for anywhere from $7 to $8. So if we just even go with the expensive one, so 8, 16, 24, that's our 3x profit margin. So selling it for $24 would meet our criteria. However, you can see a lot of people are selling it for $30. So it meets our profit margin criteria, it meets our demand criteria, and we can also throw it in the Google Trends here. So posture corrector, we can see that right now it's on an uptrend, and right now it's near the top of its uptrend. Now, this is a product that I can say is probably super saturated by now. I've seen it on Facebook a ton over the past few months, and it's kind of dying out. However, it is something that you could potentially test out to see. Normally products on the back end of their life cycle will perform better on Google versus Facebook, so that could be a potential idea. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump back into the product research methods now. So we're going to go ahead and open these up. So we're going to be covering 4 main product research methods in this video. So the first is going to be Facebook and Instagram feeds, and this is probably the most important one, so we're going to be covering this one really in depth. And then the next one, we're going to be getting into product research on Aliexpress itself, and then we're going to get into product research on Google, and then just checking other dropshipping stores, and then we're going to just get into product research software. So we're going to be covering all of the best product research methods in this video, so you're not going to have to go watch 50 videos to find products to sell. You just need to watch this one, and that's it. So the first one is going to be feed curation. So what we want to do is curate our Facebook and Instagram feeds so that way we're targeted with dropshipping ads constantly. So we essentially want to go ahead and make hot products come to us. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and straight up say that this is absolutely the best product research method out of all of them. In my opinion, this is where I find the majority of my products, because it's essentially just making the products come to you. So we curate our feed by making Facebook think that we're an engaged shopper, which if you've seen any targeting videos, you know a lot of drop shippers go ahead and narrow their audience down by engaged shoppers, by active shoppers. So we can do this by every time we see a drop shipping ad, we want to like it, we want to save it, and then click on the ad. And then once we're over on the store, we want to, take a look at the product, see what they're doing, but then we want to actually go ahead and add the product to cart as well. So that way we can we get put into the engaged shopper category, not just the ad clicking category. We want to actually be categorized as someone who can potentially buy products. So we always want to add the products to cart there. And then we're going to use a Chrome extension called Turbo Ad Finder to make our Facebook feed show nothing but ads. And I'm going to be showing you a live example of this in just a second. And we're also going to check the info and ads sections of fan pages that are running popular ads. That way we can see all of the ads they're running. And then we're also going to check the number of clicks that certain product links get in ads. If they're using the bit.ly link shortener, we can go ahead and see how many clicks they're getting, and we can estimate profits and things like that. So now let's go ahead and get into a live example. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back over here, and the first thing you're going to want to do is search for Turbo Ad Finder on Chrome, and then you just go here and you can go ahead and install it. You can see I already have it installed. So once we install that, you're going to go ahead and come over to your Facebook feed, and then when you're here, you're going to come up to the Turbo Ad Finder right here, click it, and then you can see toggle to display only ads in your news feed. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. And a heads up, this is definitely going to make your computer, your browser load a little bit slow, but as you can see, the first thing that shows up is this is clearly a drop shipping ad here. So fast charging dock and lamp. This is obviously a drop shipping ad. So what we're going to do is I'm going to like it, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on the ad, and then I'm going to go ahead and look at the ad here, look at their page, see what they're doing. Definitely, obviously, a drop shipping store using the Looks review app and everything. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to add the product to the cart, and I'm going to get rid of these pop-ups. Then I'm just going to check out, and then I'm going to stop right there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do though is I'm going to keep this store up for reference later, because we're going to do something else with this store later on. So I'm just going to drag this over here. So essentially that's all we'd be doing, is clicking on the ad, liking it, and then going ahead and coming up here to these 3 little dots, and then we're just going to hit save video. So now that we have went ahead and done all of this interaction we are telling Facebook that we like seeing ads like this and we want to see more stuff like this. So every time we see a dropshipping ad, we want to do this. So once we've went ahead and engaged with the ad and saved the ad and everything, the next thing we want to do is actually look at the product itself and then try and estimate how it's performing. So the first thing we can do is look at the amount of interaction it has. So we can see that it has almost 7,000 reactions. We can see that it's got 345 comments and 3.1k shares. So it's got a decent amount of interaction. But what I want to see also is how many views that this video has as well, because if, say, this video had about 30 million views but only 345 comments, that wouldn't be very good. So what I'm going to do is right click, show video URL. I'm going to copy that, grab a new tab, paste that in, and we're going to come over here. Okay, just had to make sure I already had it muted because I don't want to hear the annoying music that's normally in Facebook ad videos. So we can see that this video has about 500,000 views, so that's pretty good, and it was put up about a month ago. So just to give you some estimated numbers, I would look for videos that have at least 500,000 views or more, and then that have a few thousand shares, and that have good overall engagement across all three of these things. But shares are normally the ones that mean the most, in my opinion, because anyone will just go through and click an ad. I don't really care that much about the reactions. I care more about shares, because that means this person likes the product, likes the ad enough to where they're willing to share it on their personal news feed with all their friends. So now that we've went ahead and taken a look, so this product ad has a good amount of views, good amount of shares. So the next thing I want to look at is I want to look at the comments and see if anyone is actually buying this product. So we can look through here. This is ideal, contemplating ordering, ordered 2 items long before Christmas. So what you want to do is you essentially just want to look through these comments to see if there's people that are like, oh, hey, I bought this product. So we could go through here. So there's a lot of people that are expressing interest in it. So how much, just wanted to order 1. What are the slots? So a lot of people are inquiring about this product, asking specific questions, asking about the shipping time, asking about the price, how much it is, etc, where is it being shipped from. So this is a product that could potentially be promising based on these comments here. So we can see that we want to check the comments to see if there's a lot of buyer intent in there. So the next thing we want to do is we can see that conveniently enough, this ad has a bit.ly link. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bit.ly link, we're going to copy it, open up a new tab, we're going to paste the bit.ly link in, and then we're just going to put a plus sign at the end. And now what this does is it's going to let us see how many clicks that this link has. So now we can see here that this particular product has 2,592 clicks, and you can see that it started getting clicks about a month ago, which is about when the video started. And then we can see it kind of ramped up here, and today is the 15th of January, and we can see it has 98 clicks here, and you can see that the clicks have stayed around 100 to 150. So it's getting pretty consistent clicks. So this is an ad that they're still running, and they've been running it for about a month now. So one thing you want to keep an eye out for is if somebody's running an ad for multiple weeks, especially over a month, most likely that ad's going to be generating an ROI, because people aren't just going to sit here and continuously, just essentially set money on fire by running an ad that isn't generating a good ROI. So it's a pretty decent sign that this ad has been running constantly this long and then generating a lot of clicks. Now, one thing that you want to be careful for is you don't want to be fooled just by views, because you can buy views for really cheap, which is why you want to look at the shares. You want to look at the comments, and if they have a bit.ly link, that's even easier because you can see how many clicks there are. Now, one thing we can do is we can attempt to estimate the amount of profit they're making here by pulling out the calculator. So I'm going to minimize that real quick. So this is a charging dock. So really quick, I'm going to first find it on Aliexpress, charging dock, and let's see, because this is something we'd want to be doing anyway. And here's the product here. So we can see this product here has 818 orders. That's kind of low, but I might not be searching the right keyword for it, but I mainly wanted to check the price. So we can see here it's $21. So if we come over to here, they're selling it for $60 here. So that's a good profit margin. So they're selling it for the 3x profit margin. So they're making roughly $40 profit per sale, not counting ad cost. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is estimate how much profit they could potentially be making per day. So 2,600 clicks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2,600, and we're going to take a very low conversion rate. So the average conversion rate in ecom is like 2 to 3%. So I'm going to times the 2,600 clicks by 3%. So we'll assume that 3% of these buyers or these visitors went ahead and bought the product. So that means they would have generated 78 sales over the span of time. And then we're going to take 78 and times that by our profit margin, 40. So that would mean that they've generated $3,120 worth of profit, not counting ad cost, over this amount of time. Now, admittedly, this isn't exactly a very promising number. Now, obviously, if they've spent less than that on this ad, then they are profiting. And given the fact that they're still spending money on the ad, they probably are. So let's say if they've spent maybe $1,500 on the ad and they've made $3,120 back, then they've got $1,500 in profit. So that's a pretty good margin. Now, admittedly, when you're looking for really hot products, you normally want to see products that have done in the 5 figures of profit over the span of the ad life cycle. However, they might have other ads running, we don't know. So that's just a neat way that you can go ahead and check the numbers here. Now, I'd say that this product is definitely, if I was doing product research right now, this would at least be something that I'd look more into, because the comments are promising, the profit margin is promising, and I'd say that it is likely that they've spent less than this amount on this ad, or else they probably would have shut it down. So I'd say this is definitely a product you can continue to look for and see if it meets our other criteria. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see if this person here, this page, is actually selling or advertising any other products right now. So we can click on the page, and then we can come down to this section that says info and ads, and then we click on it, and we can see all of the ads that they're currently running. So these are just pods here. So here's their dropshipping ad. Let's see if they have anything else. So they've got a doorbell ad here. So they don't have any other video ads. This page was just created, so they might have just created this to go ahead and just test one specific product. Sometimes people create pages just to test one product. But what we can do is every time we see a video like this, we want to go ahead and click on the page and check info and ads. So going back to Facebook here, now you can see that we have done all of that just on the very first video ad that showed up in my Facebook feed. So we could keep scrolling down and checking for more and more. So right here we can see the second ad. You can tell that I've curated my Facebook feed for dropshipping ads because the first 2 ads are dropshipping ads. So the next thing exactly the same. We can see this video has a lot less reactions and stuff, so it's probably got a lot less views, but it's still a drop shipping ad, so we would like it. As you can see, Turbo Ad Finder is kind of slowing down my browser a little bit, so we would like it. Come over here, save it, click on the ad, confirm that it's a drop shipping store, which it is. Take a look at it. Yep. Add it to cart. Check out. Get this out of here. And so on and so forth. Back off. And then come back. So what I would do from here is do the same thing as before. Show the video URL. Grab it. Paste it in. Take a look at the video. See the views. So load it in. So this has 1.8 million views, but barely any shares, barely any reactions. So this isn't very promising. Now we could check the comments. It's got a few tags, but only one person has inquired about buying it. So you can see the difference in the comments with this versus the iPhone dock, where everyone was asking about pricing, everyone was asking about shipping and things like that. Here, there's not really people inquiring with any of these buyer intent questions. You know, see dope, yes. Like, no one's really saying, like, how can I buy this? How much is it? So this isn't really a promising sign. And then the last thing we could do is check the bit.ly link again. And see the clicks. Now it does have a decent amount of clicks. It does have 10,000 clicks. We can see the clicks went up and they dropped down again. Now, given the fact that these clicks went up and dropped back down, that would lead me to believe that the advertising may not have been very profitable and they scaled it back down. However, it looks like they're scaling it back up again, and it is getting a lot of clicks per day. So this could potentially be a product to keep looking into. However, I really don't like the comments and engagement that much. However, maybe it's a product that's just so exciting, people just want to click straight over it without commenting and engaging. That could be the case. So that's why it's important to look at all the factors, because if I saw the amount of views and the lack of engagement and lack of buyer intent comments, I would write it off just from that. But when you look at the bit.ly link clicks, you can see that there's a ton of clicks. So we could go ahead and do the math for it and everything, and then look for the other criteria, you know, like on Aliexpress and stuff like that. So at this point, I think you get the idea. You would just keep scrolling through your feed, doing this, vetting products, clicking on their pages, go into info and ads, and you just keep doing this process. And you can see how you can literally just dig through your feed for hours on end, vetting all these products. Go ahead, compile a list of all the products that look like they have promising potential, then compare them, see which ones meet the most criteria, and then go ahead and test them out. So we can see this page is just running a bunch of different ads for the same exact product. So now we're going to go ahead and move into the next method on Facebook. So the next method that we can use on Facebook is using keyword search. So we can use the search function on Facebook to search for commonly used phrases that are used in dropshipping video ads. So some examples would be like, get yours here, get yours now, 50 off today, free worldwide shipping. And instead of putting them all in this video, what I'm going to do is I have an entire list of commonly used phrases in Facebook ads. So that list will be in the description. So you can go ahead and get them to go ahead and use. And then what we want to do is then filter these searches by recent results. So we're going to go ahead and jump back over to Facebook, and I'm going to show you guys how you can go ahead and do this. Get yours now, and then we type that in the search bar here, and then we want to click on videos. And then we want to choose a date. And first we're going to choose January of 2019. So the first thing you want to do is choose the most recent month. And then we're going to look for videos that have a good amount of views. So like I said, you want to normally look for at least 500,000 plus views, but if you don't see any, then you might need to go to the previous month. So 3 ways to get, so this isn't a product itself. Let's see, 10,000, 2 million, but that doesn't look like a dropshipping ad. So with this specific phrase here, it doesn't look like there are any dropshipping ads with over 500,000 views. Now, this one is pretty close. This one's almost 500,000, so I'll just go ahead and open it up. And this is definitely a dropshipping product here. So what you would do is the same thing that we did when we were looking through the feed. It's the same exact thing. We're going to go ahead and check the comments. We're going to check the engagement, and we're going to check the bit.ly links. It's the same exact process that we were doing earlier, except in this case, we are looking for specific search terms instead of looking through our feed. So this is just another way that we can find the same video ads that we were looking for earlier. And like I said, we could go ahead and change this to 2018 and go to December 2018 if we wanted to look back a month. Now, I wouldn't recommend going back more than 2 months. I would stay with the current month, and then 1 month before. That would be the most efficient. And then we can look for ads here. Now, here we go. Bed transformed into a movie theater, 1.7 million views. That might be a good one to look at and see if it's a dropshipping product. So at this point, you get the idea. I don't want to spend 3 hours on Facebook, but pretty much you can see why the Facebook method is going to be the most important when it comes to product research, because you can find all of these video ads. You can see all of the ads that the page is running. You can estimate their sales by looking at their bit.ly link clicks, and you can pretty much just sit here and dig into this for hours on end. So that is going to be Facebook method 2. And just a heads up, you can go ahead and actually do the same thing on Instagram. So when you're scrolling through your Instagram feed, whether you're in an Uber or whatever you're doing, you can always just jump on Instagram, scroll through your feed, like, save, and then click on the dropshipping ads and add to cart. It's the same thing. And maybe, like I said, if you're out, you're in an Uber or something and you come across a product, you can go ahead and just save it, bookmark it, write it in your notepad, keep it up for later. So this is something that you can be doing all the time, and I recommend you do, because it's definitely the best way to find winning products right now. So the next thing we're going to jump into is actually doing product research on Aliexpress itself. So there's pretty much 3 things we're going to be doing on Aliexpress. The first is we can select a category and then sort by orders. The next is we can search a broader keyword and then sort it by orders. And then the last thing we can do is browse the Aliexpress Dropshipping Center. We can also utilize the Dropshipping Center to check recent sales numbers on products to see if they've been selling a lot recently. Because if a product sold 20,000, if a product has 20,000 orders, for example, but all those orders came back in 2016, clearly that's a product that used to be in high demand but isn't anymore. So we want to go ahead and move away from products like that. We want products that have sold a lot now. So we're going to jump into Aliexpress and go ahead and take a look at a couple examples. So on the home screen, we can go to categories, open it up, and we can just select a category. Here, I'll go to beauty and health, because this is one of the most common here, and then select another one here. We'll select skincare and then sort it by orders. So now we can see a lot of these products that have a ton of orders. So acne treatment, that's not a surprise. This acne stuff is something that's going to be in demand all the time. We have a skincare facial mask, blackhead removal, so acne treatment. Sleep hydration, ton of orders. So we can see here that there is a lot of products on here, and we can just go ahead and search through any category, or we can come up here and search for acne treatment or acne cream or something like that, and then sort that by orders as well. So the AliExpress product research is pretty self-explanatory. So the thing is, though, there's certain products on here that you want to make sure they're trending now. So like I said, if they had a lot of orders 2 years ago, and that's not really going to be helpful. So we can go ahead and check this by right-clicking, copying the link of one of these products, coming over to the Aliexpress Dropshipping Center, which if you just go to my Aliexpress, it should be right here. And if you don't have Dropshipping Center, then go ahead and contact Aliexpress and ask to go ahead and get it unlocked, because this is a fresh Aliexpress account I made just to see if you can get Dropshipping Center on new accounts, and you can. So I wanted to confirm that. So what we're going to do once you have the link is come over here to product analysis. We're going to paste the link in, and we can go ahead and see how much sales volume it's doing. So we can see that this is since January 1st, 93, 93, 127, 173, and then 279. And that was just yesterday. So we can see that this product here is actually selling a lot recently. So this isn't a product that just sold a lot of its orders in 2015. It's a product that's selling a lot now. So what you want to do is you want to look at the total amount of orders, which is 38,000, and then you want to look at the recent orders, and you want to make sure that the recent orders, the recent sales volume, the daily sales volume is at least comparable to the total orders. So let's say that a product has 50,000 total orders and it's selling 10 a day. That's not very good. So you want to make sure that it's selling a comparable amount to its total orders. So just to give you a number, at least look for a product that's selling anywhere between 1 to 3% of its total sales on a daily basis, on its total orders on a daily basis. So that's how you conduct product research on Aliexpress. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just go ahead and browse whatever niche you're in. Go ahead and browse whatever category you feel like you want to go ahead and get into. The popular ones, beauty and health, is definitely one of the most popular niches, and it probably always will be because all these products solve a problem. And you can go ahead and throw the links in the Aliexpress Dropshipping Center product analysis here and see how much it's been selling recently. So that's product research on Aliexpress. Pretty self-explanatory, but you can find some pretty good products on here. It's definitely not as effective as the Facebook methods, but it's still a pretty solid method that we can go ahead and utilize. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the next method of product research. So the next method we're going to cover is Google and other dropshipping stores. So the first thing you want to do is you want to bookmark every large dropshipping store you come across. So if you see a general dropshipping store, now you only want to bookmark like general stores or stores that have a lot of products. If it's a single product store, you don't really need to keep an eye on it because they only have one product. The point of keeping an eye on these stores is you want to check back every once in a while to see what they're selling, to see if they have a new trending product. So you want to bookmark every large dropshipping store you come across. So that's why I kept those dropshipping stores from the Facebook ads up earlier, because we're going to go ahead and come back and take a second look at them. So what we want to do is we want to check them every so often to see what their best sellers are. We can do this easily by going ahead and pasting a URL into the Shopify store URL, and that URL will be in the description, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So another way that we can go ahead and find dropshipping stores is to search niche plus my Shopify on Google to find Shopify stores within specific niches. So let's go ahead and jump in on how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this site right here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add this little line of text to the URL. And like I said, this will be in the description as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of all this. And we're going to paste this in. And we're going to take a look at their best sellers. So we can see that this store's best selling products are these wireless Bluetooth earpods with the charging box that works for iPhone and Android. And then here's the product that we were looking at earlier, LED laser gloves. So these are this store's best-selling products. So this is one thing you want to do. So whenever you see big general stores that are getting a lot of clicks, a lot of traffic over, so you can assume that they're doing pretty well, you want to bookmark the store itself so you can come back and go ahead and always check on their best sellers. This is a good way to make sure that no winning products get past you. If you have, let's say, an entire folder full of 50 really big drop shipping stores, and you just go through and keep checking their best selling products, you keep checking their new products, you keep checking their Facebook fan pages for new ads, you keep doing all of this, then you're always going to be kept up to date on the latest products that are being advertised right now. So that's how you can go ahead and do that. It's pretty simple, and like I said, this URL code will go ahead and be available in the description. So if we want to go ahead and find more stores, we can do something like campingmyshopify.com, and we can search. And we can see some camping stores that are using the My Shopify URL, which means it's a Shopify store. So we can open up the Outdoor Spirit, and we can see this is a Shopify store here. So we could go ahead and just do the same thing. Put the best selling things up here. Now I'm not sure if this is a drop shipping store. We'll see in a second. Yeah, these definitely look like drop shipping products. So this is if we wanted to sell camping products, stuff like this, we can find stores like this, bookmark them, and then stay ahead of everyone else within our niche here. So we could just do the same thing, open up more of these. Now some of these stores we find are just going to be garbage, like it's not very promising if their URL is still the My Shopify URL, but I mean, I guess this store doesn't look that bad. But this store looks a lot better, so this is one I would definitely bookmark and spy on in the future. So it's pretty much the same thing. We can go ahead and go through a bunch of popular niches like camping, beauty, health, anything like that, makeup, and then open up these stores and put in the URL snippet there. So pretty simple strategy, but it's just one that you should definitely have in your arsenal, because like I said, once you build up to where you have a folder of like 50 dropshipping stores and you're always checking their best sellers, you're never going to miss out on what exactly is going on. So now we're going to get into the last product research method of the video. And I know this has been a long video, but I wanted to go ahead and include every single product research method in one video so that we don't have to bounce through 50 different YouTube videos. You can just watch one video. You can keep coming back to one video and utilize all of these product research methods. And before we continue, if you do like this video, if you like these tactics, if you found it helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up and comment what you think. And let's go ahead and continue the guide. So this is the last product research method we're going to be covering in this video, which is utilizing a software which is called Ecomhunt. So Ecomhunt is a software that's $20 per month, so it's not too expensive. And what the software does is it gives you a few products each day that are hot and trending on Aliexpress. Now, it's not the be-all, end-all, as in it's the only product research method I would use. However, it's a good resource to have in your arsenal. It's something you can come back and check every few days. And then if you even just find one winner through Ecomhunt, it essentially pays for years and years of the software many times over, because it's $20 per month, and most winners will at least make you 5 figures, if not more than that. So it's definitely something that I like having in my arsenal that I personally recommend. And we'll just go ahead and take a look at it real quick. And there'll be a link to Ecomhunt in the description. But as you can see, when you're logged in, you just take a look at these products here. They add a few new products each day. So you can see 1 day ago, 1 hour ago. We could go ahead, open it up, take a look at it. They give you little estimated numbers here. I don't really pay too much attention to their numbers. I just look at the product itself, and then I run it through my same product criteria methodology, and I figure out which one, if any, are going to be good to go ahead and sell. So this is definitely a nice software to have in your back pocket, and you can always search back a while ago, and sometimes old products on here can be something that could, they might be trending again. It might be something that, was trending 6 months ago and it starts trending again. So it's a good resource to go ahead and have in your arsenal, like I said, and especially for the $20 a month. It's really cheap and pretty much pays for itself once you get one winner. So definitely something I would go ahead and recommend. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this product research video. So if you haven't noticed by the length of the video, if that wasn't an indicator, product research is a very long, kind of boring, but necessary task, and it's one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, that you need to do efficiently in dropshipping. So you're likely going to have to do each of these steps for a few hours each day before you find a solid winner that you want to move forward with. And this research is something that you're just going to have to implement as part of your daily routine, if possible, moving forward. This is part of the dropshipping game. Product research is the most critical thing, so you need to be doing it all the time. Now, I personally prefer to spend extra time on product selection and create a single product store around a product that I'm 99% sure will perform well versus testing 100 products that I think only have a 5% chance of doing well. So I prefer to be meticulous versus being reckless, and I personally recommend this strategy as well. Now, even with excellent product research and selection, the product you select just might not be a winner, and that's just part of the game. That's okay. You just need to go ahead and go back to the drawing board, do the product research again, and try again. So just to give you some personal numbers, personal idea here, my personal success rate using meticulous product selection and the single product store strategy is around 50% versus around the 10% success rate with the typical general store testing method, where people set up a general store and they just test like 100 products. So the takeaway from that is about one of two of every one of my single product stores, so about half of my single product stores will end up performing well, which is a lot better in contrast to about 1 out of 10, sometimes even less, of the products tested on my general store will go ahead and perform well. So that's why I recommend the single product store method and spending more time on product research to pick a product that you're more sure is going to perform well, and then you even up the chances that the product's going to do even better by putting it in a single product branded store versus some generic general store. But that's just my personal recommendation. So that said, let's go ahead and wrap it up. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, because it was definitely a long video to make. Comment your thoughts and questions. Make sure you join our Facebook group. The link's going to be in the description down below. Subscribe for more videos like this, and let me know what you want to guide on next, because I prefer making these step-by-step longer guide videos than like the short videos that are kind of fluffy and not I just don't really like those type of videos very much. So let me know what you want to guide on next, and I'll go ahead and try and get that out for you guys. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.